Now, I ain't even worried about it because the way I got it set up, in 6 months, it won't even matter. The police come up in here, they better be ready to kill me because I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die easy. They're going to have to kill me because I'm not going to prison, period. In 6 months, I'll be running the city. In 6 months, I'll be invincible. Nobody will be able to touch me. Nobody. Oh, I see. You one of those cats. You one of those. The police going to have to kill me. They won't take me alive. Type of clowns. Let me tell you something. I've heard that bullshit speech about 15 times already. And let me tell you what happens with every single person who says that bullshit. What happens is the police kicks down the fucking door and they fold like one of those motherfucking checkerboards. Like that. That's what they do. And then I get in court and that same nigga running his motherfucking mouth about how the police gonna have to kill me. That motherfucker walks right into court, looks at the judge, tries to avoid looking at me, and he says every damn thing he ever did in his whole damn life. And then he tells the judge and everybody everything that I did and everything that everybody else did. That motherfucker sings like Whitney Houston before she was fucking around on crack. So why don't you sit your ass down and shut the fuck up? You know what? I never pretended like I was a tough guy. I never pretended like I was a gangster, thank goodness. I've always been a person who avoided violent situations. If I could walk away, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And having a gun does not mean that you should act like a damn cowboy. It doesn't give you a license to be a jackass either. And these are just some of the things that are pretty much on my mind. And it is a burden to carry a gun, and you have to behave differently than you would if you didn't have a gun. And nothing fancy is absolutely right about that. Another issue, snitching. A lot of people confuse snitching. My definition of snitching, my understanding of snitching is this: you are a criminal, you commit a crime, you get caught, you're facing prison time. In order to avoid the prison time or to get less prison time, you sell your friends out, throw them on the bus by providing the police information to help arrest them. That's pretty much snitching. Testifying to get your friends so you can avoid prison time or get your sentence reduced. A lot of people confuse that actual snitching with saying anything to the police. You know, a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm never going to speak to the police no matter what. Well, if a 6-year-old girl is grabbed in your neighborhood, you might want to mention that white van that was looking around all day. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't make you a snitch, okay? I mean, if the police suspect this guy killing his wife, you might want to actually tell them that you saw him choking her. You know, that doesn't make you a snitch because you're not a criminal ratting out other criminals to avoid prison time. So I think people are sort of confused with the definition of snitching. But anyway, you guys tell me about this phenomenon of snitching. It's really interesting because the police complain that in a lot of these black poor areas, black urban areas, black people don't want to cooperate with the police. And there's this code of silence, but there's also a code of silence with police officers. They don't like to cooperate and basically testify against their own. And when a cop steps out of line and does something crazy, a lot of times cops protect their buddies. So you have the police criticizing a lot of black people from in these urban areas for not cooperating with the police more. But you also have situations where the police kill people or beat up someone, and other cops don't want to step out and speak the truth on that matter either. So it's sort of an interesting dynamic here. You have two sides. You have the community that's very separated from the law enforcement. The law enforcement, it tends to be very alienated in certain parts, well, from the community in certain parts of the country. So I was wondering, how can you actually bridge the gap between that? At some point, there's going to have to be some major changes on the force and even within the community. And I really don't have the answer, so I'm going to open this up to you guys. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And not some arrogant jerk who thinks he's Scarface. Oh, man. It's amazing how many criminals actually end up snitching on one another after they ran him out talking about, the police will never take me alive or whatever. Yeah, okay.